Welcome to this tutorial. I'll be showing you how to create a dynamic search campaign, and I will go through the process of showing how to create a campaign. The first thing you need to do is log into your Google Ads account, and then you'll need to click on campaigns. And then on campaigns, if you select this plus sign and click new campaign. And for the sake of this, we will create a campaign without guidance. And because this is a dynamic search campaign, you'll obviously want to click search. This is a goal that I have created, and you'll probably want to have a conversion goal in here before you launch the search ad campaign. Once you set up your conversion goal, click continue. And here you'll obviously want to select a website visit because we are tracking a website conversion. And this is what you want to do as well. Just put your URL in there of the website that you want to work with in this campaign. Click continue and add a campaign name that will be easily recognizable. So dynamic put dynamic search campaign. Continue, start new, because we start a new campaign. And here on the bidding, it depended on what kind of bidding you want to focus on. There was different ones here. Conversions, so conversions are actions on your website, app or shop that you defined. Conversion value is the value that you associate with actions taken on your web page, app or shop. And you have other optimization options. You have clicks, so obviously it will measure clicks when someone clicks on your ad. And also you'll have impression share, which is the percentage of impressions that your ads will receive compared to the number of impressions that your ads could get. So for the sake of this, because I am tracking a conversion, I am going to choose conversions. You can set a target cost per acquisition, but I'm going to leave this as it is, and I recommend leaving it as it is until you start to see some conversions coming through. Then you'll be able to gauge the actual cost per acquisition, and then you can maybe then later on down the line add one of those in. We're not going to bid for new customers only, we're going to hit next. And I recommend here is take off the Google Search Partners network and also keep the display network off as well, because it's search partners here in Google, so your ad will be showing on different search engines, so non-Google websites, Park Demands as well as YouTube and other Google sites. So I just want to focus only on Google search, so I'm going to tick this off, and also I don't want to have it on display either, so I'll tick that off as well. Okay, for locations I am going to click United Kingdom, and also I'm going to click presence. So this basically means that if you choose United Kingdom, your ads will be shown there only if you select a presence, because people in or regularly in that location will be showing your ads. The issue with presence or interest, if you notice here, it says people in or regularly in who have shown interest in your included location. If you choose this, the ad will appear even if you're not in the UK. It will show elsewhere around the world as well, and show to people who have shown interest in the United Kingdom. But I just want to show my ad in the United Kingdom only, so I'm going to click this. Language, you can keep English on there as well. You don't need to do anything, so my primary language is obviously English because I'm targeting the UK. And audience segments, you can browse and choose what audiences may be relevant to your ad. In this case, I'll just select business professionals. But for this sake, I'm just going to go with observation. You can look at more settings. So things you can look at is optimize best performing ads. I usually keep it on there because why wouldn't you optimize the best performing ads? You want Google to show the best ads, what are doing well in order to get the most conversions. I'm not going to select a start and end date, and I'm going to schedule the ads all day, 7 days a week. I'm not going to have any campaign URL options and page feeds. I'm not really going to directly add more pages in the campaign as well. We can actually do this later on down the line when we create the dynamic ad. So I'm just going to click next. You'll get a Max section, because we're not going to touch anything, we'll move on to the next one, so you can ignore this. Again, you can skip this because we don't really want to create an ad yet, because we're creating a dynamic ad and not just a general search ad. So let's press skip. Again, we're not adding more keywords or ads because dynamic ads don't use keywords and we don't need to create ads. But for this example, I'm going to go straight into the dynamic ad again, because we can ignore all this because we don't need to bother with this because we're creating a dynamic ad. So you can leave all that. Done. Next. Just for the sake of things, we'll put a £10 a day budget. There we are. Again, it'll say here, add keywords to get your ads up and running. Languages, item not found. Let's go to languages, view English. And finally, now you can press publish. It'll say add keywords to get your ads up and running, but you don't need to do that because obviously we're going to be coming back to create a dynamic search campaign. So we can publish campaign and it'll say your campaign can't run because we have missing information on your ads, but don't worry about that. Publish that. Okay, so now you're back onto the main screen where it all started. If you go to campaigns, drop down, select campaigns, and then here you should be able to see your campaign, which should be highlighted in green as it's active. It will say bid strategy learning if you click on this. And then this is where we can start to change the ad group into a dynamic ad group. So if we click on this, and then we can go to remove. And then if you go to new, this is where you can select the ad group type you want. So obviously we are selecting dynamic, and again let's call the ad group something what can be easily recognized. For this instance I'm going to call it dynamic ad group. And here you can have different URLs. I'm going to add in URLs to target, and I'm going to target URLs about my services. So I'm going to add in SEO, and also I'm going to add in my other service what I provide, PPC. So these are the two web pages that the dynamic URLs will send visitors to, and what will happen is whenever a keyword is typed into Google search, and if it's around SEO and if it's around PPC and it's relatable to my landing page, the dynamic search ad will then match up their search term with the customer and create an ad which will then be exactly like their search term, and then they can click on to the web page and then either browse my SEO or my PPC services. You choose all web pages, and then people are searching for your content and you have a lot of blog content. Some of these blogs may show up in the dynamic search ad. So ideally you just want to target your main transactional pages, commercial pages, because you don't really want to waste money on, say, for the About Us page or contact page unless you want people to contact you. And also the blog pages, because blogs are there just for informational purposes unless you want to drive traffic and run an ad to a blog post. But for this instance I am going to just target SEO and PPC because these are my main services and I want to run ads for these services that I provide to get more leads. Let's save and continue this. And here you can add a couple of descriptions, and I'm just going to add some descriptions here. We are an experienced search marketing agency in Manchester specialising in SEO PPC. Then say Sway Digital offers a personal approach to solve your unique, let's put your digital marketing challenges. So that's all you need to do, because it will dynamically add the generated landing page, dynamically add a headline, and dynamically add a display URL. So as you can scroll over these, it'll say a landing page is dynamically selected for your ad based on whether its content matches the search phrase that calls your ad to show. So it's the search phrase, or when people type in their search term, it will then select a landing page to match that search term. So since landing pages are dynamically selected, you should only edit the landing page URL to insert value track parameters for tracking purposes. We don't need to do that because we've set up conversion tracking before, and we just want people to go to the landing page, and then once they convert, I have already that in place to track the conversions. So Google Ads will dynamically generate this headline, taking it from your content, from your website, and the search phrase that is caused your ads to show. So this is all it is. You can add another one, but for this instance, I'm just going to just add one ad and press save and continue. There we have it. We have created a dynamic search ad. And you can see here, so we are targeting 2 pages, and you could add negative dynamic targets, but we're not going to add any in there because we have chosen which ones to target. I suppose if you're creating all pages or you're targeting all your website, you can create negative dynamic ad pages, such as adding in your About Us page, your blog, and your Contact Us page as well. So that's it. We have created our first dynamic ad, and I really love creating dynamic ads, especially if you haven't got loads of budget. If you've got a category with say 10 subcategories and you only have £10 a day to spend, it's much quicker to do a dynamic search ad because you can add in those 10 URLs from those subcategories and add in £10, and then it will let the search terms drive the traffic. So you're letting their search terms of the customers drive what landing page they want to go to in your subcategories. And because it's only £10, you're letting the budget fit their search terms. Whereas if you're trying to force the search terms or the keywords, what people are searching for, one, you may not get all the relevant keywords, especially if it's a new campaign. Your budget is going to be overstretched. So if you're going to add £2 each or £1 each to each category or subcategory, it's not really going to go far. It's best to let the dynamic search ad just run its course. But thank you for watching. This is how you create a dynamic search campaign tutorial. Please like the video and hit the subscribe button, and I would really appreciate it. I create content every Wednesday and Sunday, so please stay tuned as I'll move on to my next tutorial on Sunday. Thank you.